techniques of answering questions. Okay, why this section specifically? I'll tell you. First of all, that a lot of Muslims think their job as a da'iyah is just to answer questions. You talk a little bit about Islam, any questions, and then the guy starts to ask you all kinds of ridiculous questions, and you just answer. And you just answer. And of course you have to acknowledge all questions as intelligent questions, and then respond. And so sometimes what happens is, you might be in a bad place here. So for example, the first question, why does God need us to worship Him? See that question? And it's a common question. Why does God need us to worship Him? Don't start answering this question. Because if you start answering it, no matter how you answer it, you're wrong. True? No matter how you answer. Because Allah says in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ, you're wrong. Because Allah is so great and so magnificent that He's deserving of being worshipped, you're wrong. Why? What's wrong with the question? Look at that question. Why does God need us to worship Him? And the truth is, Allah does not need us to worship Him. If you don't fix the question first, no matter how you answer it, you're telling them, this is why Allah needs us to worship Him. So first thing you have to do is, fix the question. Number two, can God create a four-sided triangle? And here people get excited. Yes, of course He can. Yes, He can. And what's funny? There's no such thing as a four-sided triangle, unless you're an idiot. That's a square or a rectangle. This triangle has three sides. So don't accept this premise. It's wrong. I'm just going to say, yes, of course you can create a four-sided triangle. He can even make it 15 sides. In your eye also He can create it. No, Habibi. There's no such thing as a 15-sided triangle. It's not a triangle anymore. Well, why should I accept this premise? Number three, an atheist asks, this one is more tricky. What is it about the Quran that makes you so sure that there is a God? What is it about the Quran that makes you so sure there is a God? Now, I was asked this question recently by two atheists, and they kept repeating it. I didn't know how to answer this question. I just found it difficult to answer. And then I realized why I found it so difficult to answer. Because I didn't know where to start. Because they're starting from the wrong platform. They're assuming there is no God, so what's your proof there is? But I'm saying there's so much evidence in the Quran. Where do I start? Is it from the science? Or is it from the knowledge of the future? Or is it from the grammar in the Quran? Or is it from all the perfect solutions to problems? Or is it from just the life of Muhammad ﷺ that's proof that he was a genuine prophet of Allah? Where do I start? But he's assuming that he's right, and so what's your proof? Yeah? So it says there in the notes, no matter how well you answer question number one, you will always be affirming that God needs us to worship Him. You need to fix the question first before you proceed. So the rule is, do not immediately accept the person's premise, or you may be at a disadvantage. I think everyone sees how that applies now.